What up, Raider Nation? Everybody out there today in these wavelands of Raiderism. Welcome to the Kicking It Monday show, Stogie, with Coach Gravy, talking about the new Raider news, what's happening now, what's going on, what you thinking, and all that crap that's inside your mind right now. To get it out and let's talk about how you feel and what you're thinking about. Great evening last night. Got on with my boy. Well, first of all, big ups to anybody that went to the LA game. The last 2 years with me, myself, Lowe, and Gay, and you met Drew, the barber. He goes by that, but we could call him Raider Drew or Drew the bar, whatever. He's a barber here in Fresno. He does my beard and shaves my head sometimes, but he's a real good friend of mine, and we get along great. He chills with us, and he's from Fresno, and he had a fantasy league yesterday. I was there. That's why I was late to Lowe and Myra's show, and had one of these old school fantasy pick drafts where you put the sticker on. I haven't did one of those in a long time. And it was great. It was chilling. It was barbecuing. It was drinking. It was, doing all the happy stuff. Real great time there. It just takes a long time, and people leave, and then that's something you got to stay there the whole time for that. Or you don't pick, you don't get your players. And whoever's in the waiting wire, you leave players for me to pick. I got an A+ on that draft. Doesn't mean shit, but I got some good players. And confident in that fantasy league. I'm confident in all my fantasy, but it was a dope ass experience. Drew, big up to my boy Drew. You ever in Fresno? You live in Fresno. You want a good bartender? They got like 11 chair, 12 chair, big old building that he has out there in Clovis. There's a good mini wild. Well, the Applebee's and it's the Applebee's right there, and then a bowling alley good in Clovis, mini Wawa or Villa and Shaw out there in Clovis. If you know the area, that man, they get down, they do all that lining up shit for all your new guys, and he just shaves my head and trims my beard for me. I need to get there, but I need to get to him, but I'll do it next week. I wasn't gonna do it today, but he's probably busy. But anyways, big ups to Drew and big ups to my boy Low and Myra G that were on the show last night. Had a wonderful, great time getting on Low's nerve. I talked to Low this morning and he got a migraine because of me, and I'm proud of that. I'm proud to make an impact in your brain like that, like the way I did. But I'm just playing, bro. Get better. I don't know what that feels like, but my wife uses that all the time to probably for me to get out of her hair. But hey, what is? I don't. I'm not the. I never said it. It is what it is type shit. I don't say that, but hey, you got that migraine problem. I'm sure it's fucked up. My kids got it. My kids get it sometimes, but I just stay out the way. But I hope you get better, bro. Take some Tylenol, get busy, like I told you. And you and Gabe invitations out. If you see me on, you could get on there. And I just might be anybody that wants to get on and talk some stuff with me for a little bit. I got a Stogie. I got my CAO Brasilia with me, and we're gonna hit the live is gonna last as long as the Stogie, maybe longer. You guys know me. We're gonna hang out and talk any kind of news you heard or any kind of everything. I got some things to say. Um, Great live, like I said, with Low and Myra G, real informative. I was a little bit medicated, but I really don't remember what I said. But you guys could, I forget things, and I don't know. Maybe you guys remind me. I know the gist of it because I heard it in my IGs, and the people were entertained. And then I got on Jer's show, man. My boy Europe Jer's podcast. He's a real good guy. Got on his and speaks some real football knowledge with Sacktown Mike. Big ups to them dudes, man. They're real good dudes. Like being on with. I like being on with everybody. That gives me a chance to spit. So, hey, did this little chat right here with us is not that high yet in Fresno for me to be up inside. So it is hot, but it's not hot to cut in from the garage and into the house. I got my fan on. So my dogs are more comfortable than me right now inside. But hey, what do we think? What we got concerns? And we'll go from there. But from the chat, my first dude in here, man, my boy Jay, man. What's up, Jay? How you doing, man? Good to see you. Thanks for being here, man. Happy Labor Day for everybody that has something to do with labor. I don't understand. I was asking questions today to my wife and other people. We celebrate Labor Day, appreciate Labor Day. Why they got day off? And why do kids got day off? I know kids can't go to school by themselves and shit, but they benefit from this, from a adult holiday. Weird. I respect Labor Day, but people that work, you get the day off. You get paid for it, right? If you don't, then you're probably working. Fuck it. I guess it means something. I haven't looked at the definition of Labor Day, but hey, I don't know. Hit Stick Stepper, what's up, man? How you doing? Jay again, my boy. James Furpo, what's up, bro? How you doing? Thank you for being here at this 2 o'clock afternoon. Saying what's up, my boy Raider Paul in the house. He says Raiders. What's up? How you doing, man? My opinion, man, wants to know. My opinion wants to know who's my first pick in this draft. I got CD Lamb first. I got CD Lamb first. Hey, if you guys want to talk a little fantasy, we get busy with that. Ask me a question about fantasy. I win fantasy, and, and I got little breakdowns. I'm not the best fantasy, but I make money off it. It's not my sole thing. It's fun, but I pay and I get paid. So, what's up? My boy Geo Max, what's up, bro? How you doing? And Drew's Drew's the one I went to yesterday. The one I heard yesterday was I got CD Lamb first. That was a good pick for me. I dig that. What up, man? Britta Paul goes gravy. I heard last night they traded you for my. I wouldn't doubt it. They did. They both wanted to sleep, go to sleep, and I kept bullshit talking. Myra kept asking me questions, so I kept her informed. And Lo was tired of it. Lo was tired, man. I overworked him. But welcome to Raider content creation, right? That's what we gotta say. So much to talk about. So much to say. You can't compact Raiders in 1 hour. It's tough. Is it me or I can't do it? I can't compact what I think about the Raiders in 1 hour or an hour and a half. I need 2, 3, 4 hours just to get a little bit out. Just to get a little bit out. Hit stick again, man. Game week. Let's go. Yeah, it's game week, man. Start. Rock, what's up, man? It should be Labor Week. Yeah. If you working, man, big ups. You got a career, big ups. No matter what you're doing, big ups, man. House junkies, what's up? That's what my wife was telling me 3 plus last night, but I said something crazy. I probably shouldn't have said, but hey, oh, Lo said, yeah. All right, bro. See you in Vegas. Robert Pena, what's up, bro? How you doing? Add this with the add this to the description. I don't even know how to do that, bro. If I got a mod up in here, man, do that for me. You got a bunch of mods. I know we're real selective on people that fuck with our channel. I think low. I ain't no mod. I ain't mod material. Geomax got a score already for 31-22. That's a good little. I think I had us not really winning that game. It's gonna be a damn good game. But it's gonna be tough, bro, because I question the secondary. I question the secondary. There we go, ASAP. What's up? We'll call you ASAP, bro. I know people know your name, but he goes, I think the NFL attempt to market this product around the world is just stupid. That's ridiculous that teams have to prepare for that kind of travel distance, Brazilian, London, and Germany. I want to expand the NFL. I understand that. But the the there you Robert Pena, you know what's up. You got that. The I foresee in the future that NFL is going to expand to these countries, and they want to do that. Billions of dollars over there, bro. That's what they're looking at. They ain't worried about what we think. They ain't worried about this shit. They don't care if you got to travel. I'm sure these guys would love to be in Europe, but they're going to benefit from them probably like a game or like they do now when they travel like that. You're not going to play on a Thursday night. You're going to play Thursday night game. This is what I would do. Night games in Europe, right? And then go play the game Thursday. You get the rest for 2 days and come back and go all the way through Sunday. Kind of like what they do now, but you're out of, or maybe another day. Wednesday night game. I don't know. I like it though. I like you get to go to Brazil and all that. These dudes got money to go there, but they let them have their experience of football. It's just a United States thing. United States thing. I want to take over like soccer does in those foreign countries. Soccer is number one over there, and I think that's the link that I got from homeboy. There we go, my boy. My pin in the middle and 20 yards breakthrough. Yeah. We signed another quarterback. I seen a little bit of that, bro. Jeff Driscoll. I know Cam Miller. It's experience, I think. Experience we're bringing in. And these late moves don't sound desperate to me. I kind of got off the last night. I explained myself about the pickup. In the beginning, I thought it was a real quick panic move that we needed to get somebody in here, and I didn't really like the Pickett type thing, but I looked at Pickett and I paid attention to him during the years. Um, I said what I said. You guys probably heard that, but if I'm cool with it because I don't, I I'm in the impression that Geno Smith is going to be healthy. You know, um, it's up to how we protect them, and I'm pretty cool with our offensive line. I reiterated yesterday night on Jers show. Big up to Jers, your Jers, and his podcast. He's moving up, we getting there, and we talked at length about the offensive line and what my view and my vision of it was. And it's my view and my vision is that I like it. I like it because we stayed the same. They didn't change, those 3 games, and they improved. If you looked at it, we improved. The Niner game, we improved, started running the ball effectively. But and then when Gino was in there, he was hitting it. And then the third game, same thing. We ran the ball well. We pulled well. We zoned well, and I liked it. I kind of thought the rookies that we got are in the places that they want to be. They're number twos. Maybe one is in the. I think the tackle might be 3, but if or the guard might be 3. You guys let me know. It changes every day, but I'm gonna be confident in saying that their initial you know thought was that these third round picks were going to be a little bit better than what they thought, and they're not really getting there, and they just need work. Offensive linemen, I've been saying, are different than everybody else because it's more to learn. Gelling is more involved. I said that, and if we're gonna be in the role of saying, we got to start this rookie offensive lineman, you're putting yourself at a lot of risk. Those guys that start are special, so it's just like having a rookie corner. He's a number 1 pick. He's gonna have his flaws. He's gonna mess up, but he's eventually gonna be gold. Sauce gets burned, but he's sauce, and you leave him alone because you're gonna get sauced. We need a guy like that, and we don't have that. So you guys tell me what's up with what I said about the secondary, and if you guys agree with that. Yeah, ASAP over here. What's up, Gravy? Nice to put you in overtime after preaching the radio gospel. You went in hard, helping out yours, Pa. Really shows you care about your peeps and a true one, homie. Respect you and the panel. Dude. Thank you, brother. Nice thing to say, man. I appreciate it. Robert Pena says Raiders. Yeah, Pierre Man's good with this show, man. He ain't like on other shows. I appreciate that he does that. We came off cool with him. Rock is right. Rock is right here. He said no one liked Pickett until we signed. That's the way it is, right? You see the pattern. You dig it. You with it. It took me a little investigation. I was aware of Pickett, but it just caught me off guard. That hey, I knew that Cam Miller wasn't going to be our backup quarterback. I think all of us that have a brain would have said that. He's not ready. He might be the future, but future, bro. He need to wait a little bit. He ain't got it yet. But we liked him. But that third game, the third game, reality set in. You know, you know what I'm saying? Reality set in. The ASAP again giving props to people. My opinion saying he hates Pickett. He don't like that pickup. Let's just hope he doesn't play, bro. Let's not worry about him. Let's not worry about the backup anymore. We got this Driscoll kid. I don't know how he's young, and we shouldn't be worrying about our backup because we got to Gino not to get expect Gino to get hurt. If you're a backup quarterback in the league, in my opinion, then you're probably gonna have that issue of more picks than touchdowns. I'm not concerned with that. Thank you again, ASAP, for the kind words. Here we go. We're using the fullback, help forget the running back room. Oh man, I like what we're doing right now, pulling these guards. That's just as good as a fullback. You know, you're not gonna see that very much anymore, bro. I think Baltimore does it. Maybe Buffalo will do it. New England will do it. Um, I don't think the Raiders got out of that, bro. We don't have a legit fullback on our team. I love fullbacks. I love pulling a guard and having a fullback. That's just more damage you can do when you're running the football. But I'm not really nowadays. Fullbacks are. It's unfortunate that they're getting out of football, man. But somebody will bring it back. It'll come back. It always does. Then next thing you know, 2 years from now, the West Coast is going to be coming back. 2, 3 years from now, that go offense that Sacramento State and UNLV was running with that head coach, with that coach now is going to come into the NFL. You already see it. What I call the Apache. That is the UNLV stuff. That I have that playbook. I got it. I use it. I'm not in it now, but if I get the opportunity, which I've been asked, I'm just not healthy enough yet to be that. I go full blast when I'm coaching. I'm not full blast yet. I'm just a little. I'm just a little low right now. I said my check engine light isn't on, but it's tuned up. I tuned up and I just like that. You know what I mean? I'm capping on myself. Plus, I'm old as fuck. I'm old as fuck. There you go. I am more worried about the middle and stopping the run. My opinion, you've been listening to me. I know you have. We always go back and forth with it. Not me and you, but middle of the field is a big problem because we haven't showed at all, in my view, that we are here or we have a legitimate chance to stop the middle of the field of us, dude. On the last game, even one play, bro, is drastic. A first down on a 3rd and 18 is drastic in a real game. It's drastic. It'll fuck up your game. You gotta stop them, and we constantly do that over and over and over to where it's natural, bro. You go into the game watching it and saying we ain't gonna get a first. They're gonna get a first down. We're not comfortable with 3rd and 18 and us stopping it. It should be automatic on that situation. We stop it. We're gonna get the ball back. And that makes the defense just as more tired being out there all that long than a 3 and out. Just the same. Just the same. Us going 3 and out on offense is bad. Us not stopping the offense on 3rd down is bad. Or putting them in a situation where they can't get a first down. Or if they're in a 3rd and 18 and it's a passing situation, are we confident that these corners could cover? Has it happened yet? Tell me my opinion. Has it happened yet? Are you confident in that? Have Raiders ever won in Foxborough? I don't know. I think we did one time, a couple of times. We haven't played them that much. We didn't play them in a playoff game. We haven't been to the playoffs a while ago. And that's what I'm saying. We gotta move the needle now a little bit higher. We're pumped up. We're pumped up, and and we're happy football started, man. The football's gonna start Tuesday, Wednesday, for 3 days, and there's a game Friday, a division game, bro. Somebody's gonna be behind all of us, so we gotta take advantage of that. One of these teams, one of our three teams that we got to play against in our division is gonna have a loss in it. We got to top that shit. We're not playing nobody in our division, but fuck Kansas City and what Chargers are playing. We gotta do that. We got one step ahead, and after that, we play the Chargers, and we can bust that ass, and we'll be 2 games ahead of them with a win. What we think about this, Max? I know I said what's up. I get lost. I'm not Bueno. What's up, Bueno? How you doing, man? What up, Coach? I'm doing great, brother. Hot Fresno weather got me tripping. You know how it goes. Sacktown, my boy. It was a pleasure being on the show with you and Jers speaking that shit, bro. You're a late one. It was another late one. But I go on forever, man, talking football, Raider ball, all that shit. Sometimes I think I go a little bit too far, but no one tells me that. People probably just think it and don't tell me. But dude, tell me to shut up sometimes. But I can't. It's hard. Robert Pena, Brandon Salute, fam. He said, what's up to everybody? Everybody said, what's up to Sacktown? He deserves it. That's my boy right there. Everybody telling everybody what's up. How's Junkie? Said salute Raiders, gravy, tripas. Hey, man, we got extensively knowledge about tripas last night. I think grits, chicklins, or tripas. And I don't know how it all started. My wife was telling me I said something about Tyree Wilson. That's what it was. And my wife sits there and laughs at me. But hey, look, that's me. It might be surprising to you, but my wife wasn't surprised I say shit like that. I don't know if you guys are surprised that I would say something like that, but that's normal for me. I make up crazy shit in my head, bro. Puro Peachy Raiders, Max. There you go, bro. Motherfucking Raiders, what's up? That's what we got to do, man. There we go. Raider Knight, what's up, man? Thank you for being here with Coach Gravy, bro. Got 21 in the mix right now on a midday live during a weekday. You got vacation. What better thing to do than to talk Raider football 24 fucking 7? What's up? I've been on 3 lives in 2 days and for a long time. Been spitting some good Raider shit, I think. The next DB winning team that uses a fullback will start a trend again. Yeah. It always works out that way, Raider Knight, where you get, a power team with a badass, big, good, solid, fast running back that runs behind his line. It just adds extra bounce and bang to when you got a fullback running in there, like Lorenzo Neal used to do. Lorenzo Neal was the best fullback, bro. Daryl Johnson didn't do what fucking Lorenzo Neal did. Daryl Johnson just did play for the Cowboys at a prime time. That's what I think. I don't give a fuck what anybody Dallas fan says. Daryl Johnson was a bitch when Lorenzo Neal ran the football. Was a fullback. Yeah, I'm saying that. Daryl Johnson got way more accolades because I pretty much think because he played for Dallas and he was a white dude. Lorenzo Neal, I don't give a shit if Lorenzo Neal played at Fresno State. He was unstoppable at Fresno State, and all the teams that he played for that kept fullbacks, he was the best. People would tell you in the pros that he was the best fullback in the game. They had a section for that in the Hall of Fame. Lorenzo Neal should. It's a travesty that he's not. Look at Lorenzo Neal tape and tell me how many 1,000-yard running backs that he did that are in the Hall of Fame right now. And that was in the fullback days. I was way ahead of Lorenzo Neal. I don't know. I don't really think Lorenzo Neal's 50, but 50 something. I remember I was in high school and Lorenzo Neal was a baby, and they were talking about him because he was an All American wrestler. Look, look at YouTube videos of Lorenzo Neal. Watch this motherfucker get busy. He wasn't a fullback at Fresno State. He was a running back. I think he got drafted by the Saints and got kicked off the team because he broke their best running back's jaw for fucking with them or something like that. You see Lorenzo Neal now in Fresno, he's the same way, bro. He looks like he could play. Anybody that lives in Fresno that's in my chat, you seen Lorenzo Neal? He looks a little bit older, but he big as fuck. You over here driving a badass big Cadillac. I don't want to give it up to him. I give it up to Lorenzo. I know. I seen him. I see him all the time. Mostly eating dinner. He likes going to a steakhouse over here in Fresno called Richards. He's always there, chilling with his family. His son goes to Fresno State, I think. My daughter, he's in the same. He's in a class with my daughter. Bueno saying, what's up to Mike G? Mike G, what's up, bro? I missed you, man. I'm sorry. Mike J, what's up, Mike Guerrero? Probably got the day off today. I don't know if the medical field has a day off, but hey, big ups to you, man. You're not confident in what, bro? You're not confident in what I was saying? Good, bro. But you're real, in my opinion. You come with real shit. Even if it's against me or not, I love that. I dig that, man. What up, Raider Nation? House Junkies giving you all love, man. What kid? Who you talking about, bro? You talking about ASAP? He's cool on this channel. He don't disrespect this channel. Unless I hear him start talking about you guys. You know. Bueno, you gotta jump on ASAP. So if you got problems with them saying shit, just Mike Guerrero could bust them, or you see some disrespectful shit, Pena or Mike, just put him on timeout. He'll learn his lesson. Sacktown, what's up? Jill Max got a little story to say here. Third and long on defense is kryptonite. The Baker Mayfield 93-yard drive on the rounds was one on third and 19 penalties. Sorry for bringing that old shit. Hey, it's been a problem, Geo Max. It's been a problem. Me and you have talked about this, bro. I didn't forget. We've been talking about this, and it's tough to admit, bro, that it's been a problem ever since Patrick Graham has been here. Our defensive coordinators that we had, dude, didn't have that problem. Now we get Patrick Graham, and it's been a problem for years. It just ain't new. It's just that we're used to it. It's just used to it. We are just used to it. When we're going to solve this problem? We talk shit about Gus Bradley, but we didn't have that problem when he was here. And all y'all know that I'm not a Patrick Graham fan, but I think he's getting groomed to be the next head coach of the Raiders. The only thing that makes me think different is that we got another guy that's not really a player's guy, and Chip Kelly, that has the qualities to be a head coach and can be a head coach when he gets another chance. But I think that'll be a disaster too. My daughter went to a Dodgers game last night, and she brought me this cup. I'm not a Dodger fan, but I liked it. Look at that. That's cool, huh? My daughter's going everywhere, bro. Blessed to be a young little whippersnapper like Young right now. I couldn't live in this right now, being a young buck. It's hard. But I agree with you, Geo Max. I like that pick. I like what you said. Here we go. House junkies. Gravy. 3 is reviving to low RP. Yeah, bro. Must have been a big thing last night. A said, put him up, Gravy. You speaking fast. Cold be the Ray Lewis, dog. Yeah. I love Ray Lewis and the way he played. He changed the game, too. Still Mike G in Sacktown. Here we go. Mike telling House junkies what's up. Facts Mike G. Folks is going 0-2. I don't know who that is. Europe's learned some planets slang. Yeah, we were talking about 3 and all that shit. Only 8 likes. Come on, Nation, let's get it going, man. I got 30 people in here. Give me 30 likes. I don't pump that up, man, but I hear everybody else do it. You know, I get paid more if I get more likes. I ain't hip to all that. But this ain't my income. Whatever, thanks, like ASAP. Make those out. Yeah, he giving you guys love. What's up? Here we go, Rock. Once they replace the old line coach that looked like last year, how long will Brennan last? It looks like to me, you know, I heard everything what everybody was saying when we were having problems and making this move, but we can't complain that this move is not good right now. You know, if we're looking at what JPJ is doing as a guard, you know, I'm predicting all pro, bro. Right now, look at this dude pull, bro. Look at this guy pull from where he's at and getting up there, and he looking for fucking contact. And these little corners, they and little safety, they don't want nothing about him. They don't want none of that. And he's going for him. If we don't want him, he's chasing your ass, and that means extra room for that running back to run. The only thing is if he overruns and tries to find people, but he knows who's next one. He gets those guys. And Parham's doing a great job too. So I'm cool with this move. I wasn't at first for the first game at Seattle. And I didn't overreact when I said it was booty. Zach Crockett, Lorenzo Neal was better than Zach Crockett. John Ritchie, he was way better than John Ritchie. John Ritchie was just somebody we fell in love with, bro. He jumped over a dude one time. That was it. And we fell in love with that. I bet you there's still John Ritchie jerseys out there. Here we go. Rock. Gotta be, what do you think? Gotta be to have the fire up their own son. Yep. You know, going further with Brennan, it was kind of weird to see that we're moving around and stuff, but hey, it happens a lot in the coaching game where you bring your kid on and they get them the experience. But the head offensive line coach, and you got a guy like Philbin that knows all of this. He's hip to what's going on now, bro. And he's a head coach that was an offensive line guy, and he's a head coach. That's speaks volume of his knowledge and knowing what to do. So his guidance, he's still there. Joe Philbin is still there. So that's both of them, you know. But I understand what you guys are saying about the being a son and all that stuff. But I don't hear any complaining, but from the fans, and the offensive line looks good. So what are we complaining about? Give me some likes, people. Let me know what's up. Keep me updated on what's going on over there. Here we go. Facts, Geo Max. Those two were good game records. John Ritchie, a good fullback, yeah. Go look at Lorenzo Neal, bro. I'm not saying that because he's from Fresno. That's not because he's from Fresno, bro. He's a decorator. Look at who he blocked for, and look at their yardage they got when he was their fullback, and that's him, bro. tape of Lorenzo Neal. He blowing motherfuckers up, man. What a fullback's supposed to do. Zach Crockett did that a little bit. John Ritchie did that a little bit. Not up to what Lorenzo Neal constantly longevity of fullbacks and blah blah blah. I ain't the only one saying he should be in the Hall of Fame. A bunch of people that ain't from Fresno, from the East Coast, saying that Lorenzo Neal was the man. What up, Lecky? What's up, bro? Nicky Lecky. I'm sorry, bro. I think it's Lecky, but I've been calling you Lecky. I don't know. Yeah, Lorenzo is around, and the girls get all wet when he shows up. That's right. He a Valley boy. You know what's up. So, Jay, nice hearing your insight. Shout outs to the Fresno Peaks. There you go. I love my city, man. I've been backing up my city since a little one. I don't like people talking shit on my city. Only Fresno people can talk shit. Here comes Cool Kev, my boy. He gonna talk about Fresno up the ass now. Cool Kev saying what's up. Thank you for joining me, Cool Kev. Always good, man. I hope you're having a great Labor Day. I know you bust your ass on during the day, man, like everybody else. You that motherfucking Kev. Here we go. MIA as always. Low Al filter. MIA always nothing new. Hey, I just did this on my own. I told Low that I was gonna do a show. We all share this stream. So any of us, he sees me open. You know, if they looking through their phone, but I told Low I was gonna be on here. He can come on, but he got shit to do. That's my boy. He making money. He chilling. He don't need to be around me. He said, nah, forget PG. Yeah, but John Leon in the house. What's up, my boy? Gus wasn't making too many adjustments. I agree, bro, but our defense was up there, bro, when he was there. His defense is so, I know, like what he and do people follow him? You know, the dude we used to have the defensive end that we always want back with the weird name. He follows Gus Bradley. There's a reason why this guy is always a defensive coordinator when he gets let go again. How we gonna beat New England? Rock said. I think if we run the damn football up their ass, don't let those offense on the field inflate that football by running Genty, big dose of Genty, you know, intermediate routes, and then we got Thornton in there to pop one deep. Let's go. I don't know what they're. I'm gonna do a real good investigation tonight and check it out, you know, and I'm gonna see what their DBs are about. But they have Stephon Diggs. Well, yeah, it came off an injury. They got Mac Hollins. They got to go. But he's a stable wide receiver that knows what he's doing. Stephon Diggs is what he is, bro. He's a semi elite right now. But if you look at the corners that are going against them, it's weird. It's different. Names do matter, bro. We say Stephon Diggs, and we don't say he's ass or he's weak. No one can better not tell me Stephon Diggs is weak, because I know you guys are looking at his ass when he's there in fantasy. So we're getting a weak ass wide receiver if he's weak. What's up to my boy Thor, man? Pleasure having you on here. Raider Nation Drinking Club. They have a little environment, a little culture around their little thing right there. Big ups to Thor, man. He's been around a long time in the content creation world. Big ups to Thor. Check him out with that Raider Nation Drinking Club. Want to get excited, man, maybe to meet up with you at all these parties that I'm invited to in Vegas. I'll be there Sunday midday. Man, I'm gonna go to Loon's thing. I'm gonna go to a cigar joint with the Black Hole and Lorenzo from over here. The another club. I forgot the name of my head right now, but no disrespect to Lorenzo and them. They do good things. And my boy Turf and Myra and Chris and all these people. I'm gonna be a big old shebang, man. We'll get together and smoke. Let's do that. I look forward to it. Rosetown, what's up, man? How you doing? John Leon. John Leon said, "Do we sign another quarterback besides Kenny Pickett? The Ravens just released one. I think we got a Driscoll kid. I wasn't hit, but we got a Driscoll kid. I was looking at it right now on my phone before I got live, but I got sidetracked. They lighting up my stick, and then I didn't pay attention to it anymore. My attention span is wide. I pay attention to people for like for 5, 6 seconds. Hit that like button, my boy Jay telling you, hey, I got 32 people in here. Give me 32 likes. Let's get 50%. What's up? Give it to me. I'll get this on Raider Knowledge right now. I'll check you out. I'll check you guys out. Rosetown saying, what's up to Jay? I got John Leon. We picked up another one. I'm just hearing Driscoll. The young. I don't know if he's young, but I don't see him a lot out there. But just a little emergency dude. Cam Miller, I don't want him on the field. I don't want him on the field. Yet, not yet. I made the comments that we wasted 2 6-round picks on these dudes because we're throwing picks like that around, but we had this guy we switched the wide receiver. That's was bound to happen. That was bound to happen. And basically what I thought is that we had problems in the special team area and he didn't cut it. He looked so little out there. He looked tiny out there, this dude, Malik. And it just didn't pan out for him. But then we got another quarterback that we have on the practice squad. Is this going to be a revolving door of practice squad quarterbacks during Pete Carroll's regime, or what's going on here? I don't like that. Man, this is just protection with these guys. Don't expect Driscoll. It's not really a concern to me. Pickett is a guy that you could be comfortable with to run this offense at his level, that you could be comfortable with when he goes in. But what we do is we get in the mindset, oh, we're fucked. But tell me what team, there's a couple of teams out there, I guess, that you'll be saying, hey, this guy goes down, now what's up? If Aiden O'Connell was out there, we would be comfortable for putting this dude out there with the shit that he does. Do we feel that way now? Hell no, I don't. I don't. Gravy, you got to say tap the tripa. Hey, you heard that shit, cool kid? I heard all about it, man. I had about 30 tripa jokes on my IG, bro. I got everybody on IG. He was even all in my fantasy shit. You talking about it on the Radio Nation Live? Are you on Holler Squad or Radio Nation Live? Here, my boy Thor got a comment. Way to go, Thor! Coming up here with some games. We're all going to outscore New England, running the ball, keeping D on the sideline. I think that'll be a good idea, Thor. You're thinking what I'm thinking. Keep our D on the sideline, run the football, inflate the football as much as you can. Keep them dudes. I'm not scared of New England's offense. I'm scared or I'm worried about our secondary till now. And I think it's a little bit too late during game week we in game week. And no more install. No more development. Game week. Play. You know, your playbook is delete, install, install game plan now. That's what it is. These dudes are doing things to beat or stop New England. Ain't no more development going on. There we go. Bueno. So we did sign this dude, Jeff Driscoll. I've heard of the name. I just don't got no stats and stuff with me. Hey, Bueno. Do me a favor, bro, and give me up on the stat of what he done, bro. If you can, if anybody wants to, let me know what's up with that. Don't have to get off and use my phone and shit. House junkie. Here we go. You believe what I'm saying? What's up, Jay? What O line is better this Sunday game? Raiders or Patriots? Feel Raiders O line is better. I know their offensive line is concerned for them too. It's not as much as a concern for me, junkies, is because I know why they did this. You know, I know why they're doing this. It's because the young guys didn't pan out the way they should. And we all know what I think about a third round pick. You should produce, you should be effective in the game. You should have production in a game of your third round pick. You should do some positive production for us. But offensive line wise, that cohesion with each other, when you're already, boom, you're two. Only if there's problems with that offensive line, somebody's injured, then you step in and you don't miss a beat. That's cohesiveness. That's gelling. That needs to be done since May till fucking now. It should be done. And I like that. I like that the same guys came out there first. First team reps. The same guys went out there all three preseason games. So that means that they got it together. If you guys see it that way. And they got better. The gelling got better. You don't gel and look at things and try things out game one. I'm not with that. You guys know that. I hope I don't have guys saying here, coming in here, unless they're joking with me saying, hey, at game three, we should be okay because we're gelling. That's bullshit. If you think that way, I question your knowledge of football because ain't no coach going to tell you that. A coach is going to say, hey, we're still working on getting together, doing some things, but the gelling part, you got to have that first game. You guys might think that means the same, but it doesn't. It's different. In football way, I guess Chip Kelly drafted him with the 49ers. Has that familiarity. Yeah. I didn't know he was. I remember Driscoll being in the 49er uniform. Yeah, I do remember that. Hey, Jay's in here, man. Give me a like. Every time I see Jay's name, I'm going to say, give me a like. Dan was home to get someone younger. He's that old. He's super old. Yeah, Rotown. Also, Patriots released Peppers today, so we will be making a move for him. Why? Why? It wasn't a money issue. That might be why we want to look at them because we're in this cheap mentality. Peppers might come in here, fuck around, and start. What you guys think about that? What are you gonna think about Chin? You can expect it from Palomao, but I wouldn't take that from Palomao. He worked his way up. He was undrafted. Chin was picked. Pepper's gonna fuck around and start over here. I wouldn't mind a move. We need depth at that area. Peppers can cover, but Pete Carroll used him as a run stuffer. A problem in that area is coverage. Haven't you guys seen that? The middle of the field is coverage. There we go. Let's get this W on Sunday. Start the season right. Here we go. Rosetown, I like that enthusiasm, bro. Ain't nobody want to hear no boat facts, bro. We're all injured on offense last year. Roman will have more weapons than that. Where your weapons at? The same dudes that you had that are hurt. Oh, you got a rookie wide receiver repping your, well, yeah. You got Keenan Allen, the great Keenan Allen. And then you got Michael, what's his name, back? Oh, yeah, Mike Williams back. Come on, bro. You can't be happy about that shit. I can't be happy about getting those guys. Yeah, you guys are just like us. You want to bring back old dudes. I think you're going to be successful. I want us to win next Sunday, but I'm too used to us getting the first game of the season long. Trap God, welcome, man. I see you right there, bro. I want to win that game, but I told you the remedy to it. The remedy to it is let's run the football. I don't want to test this offense against RDB. Hey, RDB's my shine and come out, and I'll change my mind, and I'll say I was wrong. I will. I will say I was wrong, man. I will admit it to you. I fucked up with that, but I'm not saying, hey, it's only one game. Do it with some consistency. And I'm definitely not going to say, oh, it's only one game. It's all right that this happened. It's a loss, bro. We're 0-1. It puts us in the back burner already. And if your excuse is there are 18 games, well, what do we do the same thing week 2? And then week 3? When are you going to say that it's a problem? Or it could be the other way. They could be an all fucking pro room, right? You could say, well, Gravy, how come you ain't saying this room is good? Because I don't think it is. Me, personally, I'm saying that. And I'm not the only one. If you want to go on a show where I say everything's a hunky-dory, then there's plenty of those you could go to. But I'm glad you're all here with me right now. Robert Pena says, what's up? Trap God with a little crack at it. Here we go. Stephon Diggs is going to cook all cornerbacks like some liquor store chicken. I love liquor store chicken. Bro. Don't disrespect liquor store chicken like our DB room. Did you get that? Don't disrespect liquor store chicken about our DB room. With smiley faces. I'm concerned about it. And the closer we get to game time, the more we're gonna feel that it's good. And I understand that. Okay, we're pumped up, we're ready to go. I feel that way. I did predictions yesterday, and I said we're gonna win 12 fucking games, bro. When have I ever said that? That mean if we're winning 12 games, that mean our DB room's gonna be hella good. We're gonna shut motherfuckers down. I had us beating Philly, I had us beating Dallas, I had us beating Washington. I don't know what I was talking about, but you guys don't know I was just playing. No, that's not the way I feel. But I got this motivation in me that we gonna bomb ass. But what reality set in, I said, we got problems back there. How we gonna do this? I ain't the only one getting excited right now. But I came back down from my little Raider planet and came back down and said, whoa, what am I saying here? He knows that. He knows that. But it's it ain't easy to do. That ain't easy to do to dissect that offense, dude. There's plenty of reaction to his action. There's plenty of that messing around. 20 something years of tape on McDaniels, and they still ain't got enough. 5% they got of what he has in here. He's not a good fantasy player, but he don't score a lot of touchdowns. That's why he get a lot of yards, but that's a point or two. 10, he get ravaged 10, 12 points. But touchdowns, he don't do that. But just get in there, bro. And they got this good running backs that are gonna hit that hole. That's the thing, bro. Stephon Diggs is good at intermediate shit. The intermediate stuff he was good. When he was in Buffalo, he was a deep threat. And our guy, Amari Cooper, was supposed to replace that because Amari Cooper was a deep threat. Amari Cooper was fast, bro. I don't know if he is now. We'll find out, but he's fast. There we go. McDaniel's gonna try to dink and dunk us to the teeth. Intermediate route running. Now we seen it. We have the bird's eye view of what it was, bro. And we were good at that, bro. Devontae Adams had one of his best seasons ever. 10 touchdowns. 1,000 something yards, bro. Almost 100 catches that year. Derek Carr threw for almost 4,000 yards, dude. Grip of touchdowns with McDaniels, but we didn't win. Our defense was whack. And our excuse was that we're getting tired because they go 3-and-out. But where the fuck did Devontae get all these fucking yards from? I don't know. We have to stop that. And it ain't like we know all about it. We're going to do it to the home opener weekend. I know I hear a lot of things, Jay. I'm getting invitations from everybody, man. Hey, you're going to be here Sunday. Come to this, come to that. I feel special. I feel special, bro, to getting a little bit of attention. Just a little bit, Jay. You probably get more than me, bro, but I give you credit, man. You out there, bro. I ain't out there as much as you are. I like to keep it by myself. There we go. You talk about Stephon Diggs. I'm not super duper worried about Stephon Diggs, but Trap guy, you see D Mob, you see OD Mob here? Low ain't here, bro. Mike is though. You give him mine. Robert Pena, Night Out. What's up, man? Good to see you, bro. Let's go. After you say what's up to everybody, let me get some. There we go. Will the Raider rookies respond on their first hostile environment on the road? That's they have to get used to it. So I don't want to throw them all out there like that. You know, I said last night, if you guys heard it, that I think that this Amari Cooper pickup was Thornton wasn't doing what he's not what we think he is. You look at Dante Thornton, he is what we're saying about, but he's not starting. He's not starting for us. He can't because all he can do is just run straight. He can run straight and wiggle around a little bit, but when it comes to precise route running, which he needs to develop as a fourth round pick, you know, he's going to be in there because he's so high up in the depth chart. He's going to be running plays and designs and stuff where he's going to work on his craft. But all this, hey, developing during game time, practice does that. But when you're in practice, your development, you know, can happen, but you're just game planning for the defense you're going to play against. And that's how he learns. You learn fundamentals, you learn that still in practice, but most of it is game planning, bro. Your meetings, you're not hitting really. You're not hitting during practice. They save you. Man, it's a good damn cigar right here. Hey, here we go with the big concern that I have with these guys are running through our middle like a deer in a field over a fence. Yeah, my boy, that's one of my big concerns. We didn't do a very good job at stopping the run last year, or looked like we were not stopping a run in the beginning stages of our preseason and all through preseason. And it's because of our front wasn't getting there. Our front wasn't getting there. There we go. House Junkins, that gravy pounds the three puffs. Yeah, I love three puffs, man. You come up to me, you guys tell me if a three puff taco is not fucking good, bro. But not all watery and shit, milky and all that. But like a Cheeto, and you chop it up like that and put it in some little Rico tortilla with some cebolla and cilantro and some little sauce, that little love to it. Oh man, I feel like getting me something now, but I ate breakfast. Me and my wife went and ate breakfast. I get full real quick. I don't eat as much as I used to. Jill Max, here we go, bro. What's up, man? And Gino has to have a big day, throw 35 times and run 6 times for 420 total yards and four total touchdowns, 120 quarterback rating. Now that's the rate he's gonna get the season started. When he does shit like that, we're winning the game fucking 30-10. You don't think that defense will get motivated if he's doing shit like that, bro? I don't. Gino can throw the ball 35 times. He can, but I want Genty running the ball fucking 25 to 30 the two. Blend it in, be even, 50-50, 60-40 even, pass run. And run should be higher if you're running your game plan. The game plan is to run the football. There ain't nothing like it. Who has the muscle? Who has the weight room? That's the first game. You got to do that. You got to see who is more physical winning this game. Are we a physical team? Are we getting blown off the ball in the trenches? Willie Wayne, what's up, brother? Thank you for being here. Europe with this gelling excuse last night, gravy bun. I didn't like that. I disagreed with him there. I know I did. And the thing about me is that sometimes I might get out of hand with it, but if you say something crazy that I feel, I'll hit you up real quick. And I don't mean to do that, but man, what'd you say? Because I forget what you said if it was dumb. It's not dumb what he said. Some people have that notion that gelling happens during the season, and if that happens, then you weren't right. You weren't right first game. You're not right. You're not comfortable. You're not trying things out. You lose games that way, and we're so adapted to losing. You think that's okay, but I can't say that in the football reality, that's not the way to do it. It happens. Believe you me, I've seen it. We've seen it happens. We're in game five and we're rotating offensive linemen anywhere. Gelling, the only position of gelling is the offensive line. And I'll say that over and over and over again. Okay? But that if you got good coaches and you got a good atmosphere and you got good a foundation around that group, then you're doing it on the quick. You're doing it during that time that you had from May to now. You're confident on who you're starting. You're not trying things out. You had 3 games to try shit out. And I thought it got better. And you had the same guys there. Now rotating positions. These younger guys went in there, but they didn't do, I thought, and I think that the coaches said he ain't ready yet. but they're close. They're close. Our young guys got potential to be great offensive linemen. Parsons have been dealing with the L4, L5 flexor joint sprain and vertebrae in his back. Parsons may need a epidural injection before the Packers open, and glad we didn't get him. You'll be all right with the epidural. The thing with that is that you take epidurals and you only can take a few in your life, you know, otherwise it don't work. And it matters how long it works. You know, you can get an epidural, it'll be gone in a week. Or you can get an epidural and it'll stay in your body for 3 months. You don't know that. You don't know how it's going to affect you. But I'm pretty sure for that game, if they do it that game, he won't feel nothing. But if he has damage there and it can't get worse, then I don't know. He ain't with us, so I don't give a shit, really. But I tell you, ain't nobody got to tell me that didn't know this injury. Packers knew about this shit. You give up 2 number 1 picks and a player for that dude, it's probably not really that bad. Yes, he will, Rob. Yes, he will, Rob, because that offense is set to do a mind fuck on your DBs and linebacker. Because usually, offensively, the quarterback and the center, first thing they got to locate is the Mike linebacker. Who is the Mike linebacker and where he's at? I just about heard from every coach that I've been around or heard from or heard of. It wasn't even pertaining to me. That you have to identify where the Mike linebacker is. Then you identify the coverage. You can identify man coverage if you go in motion. Everybody knows that, or you're learning right now. Football 101 right here. You do motion and you know if you're a man. If that guy follows your receiver or your little scat back or your little H back or whatever, your tight end, if he gets followed during man coverage. But they could be faking that shit. There could be a decoy coverage. And from what I've seen before, that Vrabel is, I don't know who's running their defense, but he might have a say in it. And disguising stuff happens all the time. Here we go, Trap Guy, bro. What's up? I like answering questions from my people. Real informative, good questions we got going here. Keep it up. Keep it up, people. Pete is up to be really high on our DBs. Let's hope he's right. I think he digs this, and you know what? I'm holding off. It might sound like I'm real disappointed and have no faith with these corners. And you know, I'm big. You know, if you're a good corner, you got a big name, right? You get acknowledged when you're a damn good cornerback. So saying, hey, we ain't in the names, you become that name when you're a good corner. If you lock people down, you get that name. But the corners that we have has never done that. So we got corners that don't have any names. Probably they ain't respecting these guys. We ain't got a guy. Now, check this out. Jack Jones had respect because the way he was. Can we say that? You could come on the chat and say Jack Jones was ass. He was shit. He didn't tackle. He did this and that. But Jack Jones had respect for covering people, right? He take it to the house. That's a very rare instinct that people have. And people didn't throw Jack Jones' way because of that. You found out firsthand. And the best, Mahomes found out quick. And that's hard to shake off, man. When you get a pick six, even the best can't shake it off. Mahomes did that, and we dominated that football game, and we weren't supposed to win, right? That shit matters, dude. Guys like that matter. He just was a dickhead, and he didn't fit in with what the coaches wanted. I understand that because it's different up there. We have different coaching up there that have different standards for men, and Jack Jones isn't that type man. Good damn football player, but dude different. Our D is closer to 20 this season. Man, we were 20, what, 5, 6 last year? 20, 26, no difference. Bad. I want to be up in the teens, bro. Captain Jack will defend the DBs with classic. You brave gave for better, bro. I didn't have a issue with Captain Jack's opinion, but I would have debated him with it. I would say, where do you see? How are you comfortable with that? Big time, all around the world salute to my boy Persian Raider, great dude, my homeboy. And one of my boys from way back lives. You guys don't know Persian Raider, man. Persian Raider, he's a great dude. Love being around my boy. I know we're gonna get together soon. Keep it up, boy. Keep your shit going. Love you, bro. Cool Kev, Jerry knew Michael's NFL future is downward. I didn't think he would have got. I think Michael was real playing out blunt. I ain't playing for you. That's it. I don't give a fuck how much money you give me. Very un Jerry Jones like to get rid of a dude like that. And if the Packers traded for him, it's not that bad. It's not that bad, or will get better. Night Owl coming out with the jam. Our defensive front can keep pressure and sacks on Drake May because he's still a rook to me. Our secondary can get some shine. Of that pass rush is good. Evidently and historically, your DB get better. I'm confident in our front, no matter who's on the other side besides Adam Butler. But how good is Adam Butler? I'm not saying that I don't like the dude. We Our standard for Adam Butler is very high, but he's productive. Adam Butler is productive for being a defensive tackle. Very much productive. I don't have a problem with Adam Butler being there. It's the other guys that we had hope for that ain't kind of Booker. He's just our standard defensive tackle. Our standard of defensive tackle. Came in new. Our standard defensive tackle was Lalu. And this dude gets traded, comes back from a good defensive front, and takes over Lalu in an instant over preseason games to where Lalu was borderline not making the team. That's bad. Hey, Junkies, we'll see in 4 years if the Packers reach or win the Super Bowl is worth it. I'm high. It wasn't Micah, cool Kev, but I'll tell you this. I'm high on Green Bay anyway. They got a massive flood of receivers that's going to be a problem for that division and in the NFC for a lot of years to come. I like that wide receiver. They're all hurt right now. But they got that young rookie dude, that 4-2 guy, and Ooh, that's damage right there. Parsons is a speed guy. To those, do those guys last? Maybe if the league doesn't get back to the run game. His run game is over. His run stuff. His run stoppage is overblown. People saying that he doesn't do it. He does it. You know, his pass rush ability is better than Max, but his run stuffing ability is not. So, in overall, he's a way better athlete than Max. He's faster than Max. He gets to the quarterback faster. You know, he has a move that's unstoppable, right? Very rarely do you see a good tackle sew him up. A good tackle could keep Max Crosby out of the game, and we don't get mad at that. Joe Alt twice last year kept Max out of a game. A rookie. Did we watch that? I'm not concerned about it because Max can do other things. But he better. You guys know how I feel about Max and his step up. He needs to step up, bro. He getting paid like them dudes. Be one of them. There we go. Tripas is getting the goal deep enters attention. He's still on there, huh? That was funny, bro. I enjoyed that. But it's something that I say, bro. Well, check it out. If he wasn't on the show last night, I remember what I said now. My wife had told me this morning when we were eating breakfast. It was I said they were talking about Tyree Wilson. And I reiterate that what I said about Tyree Wilson and his growth on this team. Now, and the coach that's coaching, I have a concern, a issue. It's not a concern; it's an issue about his coaching and who the coach is and all this. So, what I said that the progress of Tyree Wilson is extinct. It's not there. So I was asked a question, is there anything good you can say about Tyree? Well, my response to that was that I had to reach my the definition of what I said was I had to go deep in my innards to bring out something about to say positive about Tyree Wilson. But I gotta reach real deep, but I said innards, my innards. I don't know what that wasn't funny to me. I intended it to be funny, but you guys did. And you know what I mean. And then I said you got to reach into your tripas. That's deep. The intention was that you got to reach deep to find something positive about this guy. You do. And that was just my way of saying that. It's hard for me to say anything. You could say he got better, but you're just making yourself feel better because he's not doing it. He disappeared, bro, in my eyes. He's gone. Number 9 is gone in my mind. He'll probably have a good couple of plays, bro, but after that, he's extinct. He's like a dinosaur. He gets extinct. The crater hit the earth, and no more fucking Tyree Wilsons. The days of me saying Tyree Wilson is a man around boys. He ain't like that in the pros. He was like that in college. That's why he got picked. And to reiterate on that, we have Rob Leonard as our defensive line coach, and he's well respected. I'll tell you that. You're right. But if he's so good, why ain't Tyree Wilson? How long has Rob Leonard been with us? We kept him around, right? Where's the progress of Tyree Wilson from Rob Leonard? Is he uncoachable? I think Tyree Wilson is not motivated to play football. I question Tyree Wilson's love for football. And for what he does in the football game and being whoever, wherever he plays at, you got to love the game to do it because it's hard for you. It's hard. It looks like, maybe Rob Leonard says, I ain't got time to be concentrated on this guy. All right. He's saying, please, there you go. He said, being nice to everybody. That's good. There go Rosetown. He goes, yee, this is the proven year for Mayor, especially, and his 12 personnel are going to be a top five tight end after. I think the Rosetown, what's up, man? Thank you for being here, bro. Michael Mayer, I expect to be involved a lot. Through traditionally with Chip Kelly, there's not a real big 12 guy, personnel guy. You can have two tight ends, but I would rather have Brock Bowers as a receiver and Michael Mayer as a tight end and then get rid of Trey Tucker. Personally. And having him as a wideout isn't 12 personnel. You got two tight ends there legitly, but it can't be called 12 personnel or 13 personnel. There is a thing called 13. But one of those guys would probably be a semi fullback going in motion or whatever. You could do an end around with Brock Bowers. He's that athletic. And you ain't gonna hear me talk shit about Brock Bowers unless he does it. Unless he makes me do it. But he's a gem. He's one of them dudes. That's the major concern. The D not able to step up the run. We've been doing that, bro. And why are we barely saying that now? Because we haven't done it in years. There's games when we stop the run, yes, but could do it continuously, game after game after game. You win football games if you do that. You stop the run and run the damn football. Non-existent. And I don't really like, you know, Lowe put something in my mind yesterday that said that was last year. Gravy, that was last year. Okay, I understand that. And I started thinking about it. Why am I talking about what Eric Stokes did last year? Or the year before that? Or the year before that? His rookie year was his best year. Okay, number one pick, had a great year his rookie year. Should I be saying that Eric Stokes, I have concerns about his play when he moved over to another team, got the opportunity to start, took advantage of it, but he was never pressured for that starting job. He just jumped right in and got it. There wasn't no compete in his situation. His competition was JB, and we got rid of him. So he must have played better than JB, which is not very, doesn't make me say, wow. Don't worry, Pickett going to these men right in that locker room. Those that don't Pickett experience with that tush pull. I don't want to see Gino even do a tush pull. Look, if Philly does that right, but Jalen Hurts is not a big dude. When I see Buffalo do it with these big old quarterbacks, you're not tricking nobody. It's a trick. And you got to have an offensive line to do it. We got stopped twice when Aiden O'Connell do it. And what the fuck is Aiden O'Connell doing back there doing a tush push with his slow ass? I'm glad we don't got to see that no more. I'm a fan of it. I don't think it should be banned. Stop it. Don't put yourself in that situation. It's hard to stop it. Read the flyers, yeah. I think that his swag is different than any other quarterbacks we got. But swag with a quarterback can get you wins, bro. Can do things. But you gotta win. You can't be a loser and have swag. Rotown saying Clyde Blue Kelly is going to be the one of them that flourished. He's always around the ball and physical to just win Pete, just what Pete wants. What is he, a second year player, bro? Um, he played physical when we was in them games right there. Um, he's gonna have. I'm not gonna talk shit on the dude. I don't know a lot about him. I did see his game on the games that I watched and did very well. But it's time to see what you're good about. So if he starts playing like shit, bring up this question again. And Rosetown, don't be one of the guys that say, "Oh, it's only one game, this and that," because I ain't hearing that, man. I'm not. I'm not hearing, "Oh, it's only one game. Give him a shot. He's only 2 year player. He's starting." Robert Pena says, "Happy Labor Day, everybody." My boy Persian, much love to the nation. Wish you all great Labor Day. Can't wait till this weekend. Me neither, Persian. Big ups to you, my boy. Hope you have a wonderful day, man. Here we go. Rosetown again. Butler needs to stop jumping on our players and injuring them. Yeah, he's too big of a guy to be doing shit like that. Natural to celebrate, bro, but you don't need to be jumping. You must be a badass athlete jumping over fucking big old 6'4" motherfucker. Appreciate the athleticism, but leave it on the field, bro. Leave it on the play. No more of that. I'm sure he was warned that. Night out, moving Tyree in the middle, smart move. It seems to be a better fit in that role. I told you, bro, how much I need to. If you're happy with what Tyree Wilson has done or is doing, and you want to force yourself to say he's doing better, then big ups to you, Nida. Big ups to you, bro. Your fan. I understand, bro, but there's nothing wrong with saying he ain't doing shit. You know, he got he got in there a couple of times. He was unblocked. He was unblocked, bro. I don't know what mishap was on the offensive line, but he needs that. And you get that sometimes. You get that sometimes that you're unblocked and you got a free rush to the fucking quarterback. Who said that? Who was I watching that said that? You guys remember? You know somebody else that said that? It's not coming to me right now, but it's somebody that dissects. Oh, 805. You know, I don't like bringing up Tyree Wilson. I don't like doing that because I get upset for the waste. For the waste. You know, we're talking shit on Besh not making the starting lineup, but we got this guy that we've been hanging on for 3 years that can't even break to be third and had to change positions. You guys don't see something's wrong with that? Why do we keep picking this guy up when he's always? When is he going to enlighten us with this athleticism and development? He just lets you down. And when people let you down, the natural reaction is to say fuck them. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. In football, that happens. But you got people that get paid a lot of money. You got to give them chances. And we're so disciplined on saying fuck what Wilkins did, right? And fuck Jack Jones, right? But we let this dude hang around because he doesn't do shit. And it might be because he's a good guy. We don't hear Max Crosby saying that he's with him. He didn't go to that defensive end camp. He wasn't there. He wasn't going. You don't hear Max saying that Tyree Wilson is with me early in the morning. He says Tonka is, and he's new Jacks. But they're producing. They're doing shit. They're doing shit in games. These young guys. That's why they're number 2. There's a variety of depth charts out there. I really wouldn't trust the Raider one because people can look at that. And other teams really can't see what they can see what the rotation is, but who's starting is unknown. You don't know who's going to be out there. Your guess is just as good as theirs, but they see the way people play and say that guy's going to be in there in this situation. They dissect. They got people that dissect every move, every play, everything that you do. I think I mentioned that last night. I forget. What do you mean right there, bro? You talking about boxing now? Cool, Kev. You all over the place. Jason Downs, what's up? How you doing, man? Hey, there's anybody that wants to spit game with me for an hour or two. Let me know. If you got something to say to me and tell me what's up, you don't like, explain to me why I should be upbeat with Tyree Wilson. I'll listen to you, but I'll give you my result and see if it could change my mind. Many people have tried to do that. It hasn't panned out for them. When are we? How many? When are we gonna realize that he is what he is? And I understand the hope and wish generation that of Raiderism, but you haven't been losing as long as me. If you're in your 30s, you haven't lost more than me with this team. There are some of us that are in this world, this content creator world from the Raiders that seen the greatness of the Raiders and felt that. You there in your 30s or maybe early 40s haven't seen that for fucking 20 years. You've seen nothing but just one playoff win, and 2016 Derek Carr days. We were so excited to have these out of the Houston game, and we got demolished because Derek Carr wasn't there. There we go. Night Owl again, coming with the gems, bro. Thank you very much for that, bro. Keeping people alive in here. White fools talking about Hunter Renfro coming back. What's wrong with these fools? Yeah, I don't know about that, bro. I understand why we always want to rejuvenate our Raider Nation and coming back. Renfro was a great Raider, but he got concussed, bro. He got fucked up. He got, he's not for this. You can't improvise on Chip Kelly shit. You can't. I don't think he lets that happen. Don't improvise. He does that. He has a hard time doing what he's supposed to do. He has to improvise to get open, and that doesn't work. It'll work if you're quick. Renfro is quick. But I hope we don't find this out, but we're going to find out later that this guy has issues here because he's not a big dude. Have you ever seen Hunter Renfro? I'm sure us that go to games and see the dude that he's not a big dude. You know what I mean? Um, uh, it's weird when you look at, and I know you got guys that are big dudes and receivers that are big guys, but we went to Bakersfield and we seen Jacoby Myers there. He was signing autographs and giving everybody attention. Jacoby Myers isn't a big dude, but these guys are so different. Eliteness, athlete, nutrition, mass, muscle mass. These guys are cut up like diamonds. And we can say that in the football world. That ain't gay. That ain't being fresh or friendly. These dudes are cut like diamonds, and their nutrition is so dope. They take care of their bodies in a whole different way than some yoke dude at fucking Planet Fitness. Different. Supreme world class people. Hunter Renfro ain't that type guy. Divine Diablo was there the year before Bakersfield. Jeremy Chin is bigger than Divine Diablo. He's bigger. And we had that guy playing Willie that needs to stop the run and shit. I got behind the chat. I'm going to go a little bit forward, but I appreciate all your questions. Jill Max says he's been. Night Owl says he's 50. He's up there with me. I'm older than you, Night Owl, but you've been through the winning, bro. But you've been through the bitch ass teams that we had too. And how long has it been since you? And right now, 0 is 0. We're pumped up like we've always been, bro. Probably for 30 years for you, or 35 years for you. You know, you were 15. If you had a family that were Raiders, bro, probably longer. But how long has it been since you felt the winning, the fucking kick ass that nobody could fuck with us, the intimidation and all that stuff, bro? It's been a long time, bro. Aren't you tired of that, Night Owl? I understand right now. We're pumped up. Fuck yeah, let's go. I'm ready for that. I'm with you. But narrow it and say what about this team that makes me feel like this? It's the Raiderism that we got, but look at the players we got, and I want to see them out there and do their thing. Believe you me, folks, I want this team to win. I want this team to win. I want it to be better. I know we're gonna look better. I know we're going to have this feeling that we're out there organized, ready to go. Offense is going to be set, ready, toned up because we got coaches like that. We don't got that bullshit we seen last year, year before that. John Gruden in the Basaccia era had us a little glimpse of that power of that Raiderism that we had back in the day. And that 5 years ago, 4 years ago, is a long time, bro. Sincerely had that sincerely inside you. That feeling hasn't been. We were bullshit last year, bro. We were lucky to win 4 games last year. Lucky. But we didn't play them whack-ass shitty teams the last couple of games of that. But before that, we lost 10 games in a row. It wasn't that we rejuvenized ourselves and try to help our coach out and not get him fired. He was gone then. I would have got pissed if AP came back. Because I was done after that 10-game stretch. We lost games because coaching. And that's his fault. And we deserved it. But I fell into that little trap that AP got into just like everybody else. I do that. Yeah, it's unfortunate, bro, but I think, you can still get concussed with them things on, but we don't need nobody like that on our squad. God forbid he needs to just get another dude. He's a smart kid. He just loves football, and I appreciate that from Renfro. I ain't talk shit on Renfro, but he needs to. Telling a football player, if you've been a football player your whole life, that you can't play this game no more is deep, bro. It's deep like a divorce or a death. It is. Telling these men that you can't play football no more hurts like that. Telling somebody you can't play no more, bro, hurts them. It hurt me when I was a young buck and I was on my second ACL going to junior college, and that recruiter goes in there and says that you're not getting a scholarship to JUCO. You know, you got a little baby scholarship to JUCO, and and you can't. We're not going to recruit you. You're done. You're damaged goods. That's fucked up. I had a fucked up feeling, and it still gets me to this day. It fucked up your confidence. I want to show this one first. Tyrese low to LZ, yeah, close. Be a good race. Gravy tore up a lot of calendars. Yeah, I did. Cool, Kev, you probably did too, bro. You. I know you up there close to me, or maybe around there. But us OJs, bro, they broke the molds on our 55, 50 something year old guys, bro. If you 50 to 55 right now, that higher power broke the mold. That's it. They don't make no more of us. We were blessed to live in the 70s, 80s, 90s. Those were the 80s and 90s was the best generation ever to live. I don't give a shit about the war day, all that shit. Our mom and dads, all them got that little get down over there, but 80s and 90s was the best. I could say that because we could say that because it was around. But I don't hear no old people saying, "Hey man, the fucking 50s and 40s was bad." That shit, you was in a depression, all fucked up. Shit, man, them 90s was dope, dope. 80s was even better. Who is around that age that remembers that shit? $2 a party, bro. You pay $2 to get into a 5 keg party that lasts forever. All fucking night, 5 in the morning. Sun will come up. You still out there partying. And never get shot. Don't go take your girlie. Don't even mess with her. Respect. Where'd that go? I don't want to get into that, but those two eras were the best ever. Give me a give me a fucking clap emoji if you guys remember that shit. Give me a clap. You guys remember that shit. Last 22 years pumped up week one. By week two, already taking next year's draft. I'm tired too, bro. GL Max, I know you with me. We always got our debates, and they're always good. But by then, I hope it ain't that way. I'm saying that now. We're better, bro. We're better. But my questions are different. You can't go out there trotting out these dudes and be confident that we're dope. You gotta have hope. You gotta have a hey, man. It's not even hope. I think I'm saying the wrong word. It's not make believe, bro. But what's better than hope? Expect. I can't expect these guys to go out there and play good. The secondary wise, it's important asset to the defense that you have guys like that are decent, bro. Are decent. Poetic justice, gravy telling folks they they poetic justice is man. I was in my I know movies before that were dope. Gravy facts, mid '80s, bro. I always say that gravy, but Violator put my coattail one day and said so many ways that they're a team, all hype and position is our position at team. We build our team. Our expectations for this team is drastic. And I hear Violator. I met Violator. I've talked to Violator. I've been at games where he speak his very great man. You want to see a Raider, talk to him. But he also said that it takes time with his new era. He's been through all these eras. He's been in all this shit as long as we have, and he's older than us. But it's I understand what he means, that he sees something coming. He sees something coming. And he has to be what he is to this team and what he is to this nation. He has to say that. And does he feel it? I bet he does. Do I think that he's not worried about this secondary? Absolutely, I think he does. Because he knows football. He played football. And he has to know that. He can't be confident either. Where locker of vets and with poison the team with testing. Yeah. Our expectations will fuck this team up, Night Owl. You're absolutely right. And it does. People like me that have concerns won't fuck this team up, right? But I'm the type of person to accept, prove me wrong. If I'm wrong, I accept that and admit, hey, Eric Stokes is balling out. I was wrong about him. And I'll ride his shit. It ain't like I'll switch a rule and say, you know what, Eric Stokes is dope. He changed my mind. I've done that before. I'm doing it right now. I'm doing it right now with Zamir White. He had an amazing preseason. Who agrees with me with that? I got my reasons for it, but he's in a better situation than he was for 2-3 years ago. Way better situation. Way better offensive line. Drastic, and it didn't really change. It didn't really change. It's just the scheme is. You guys like what you see the last 2 games from this offensive line? Yeah, I do. I think Zamir White stayed on this squad because our offensive line did him some good. There we go, bro. Rock. What's up, Rock? I think Rock's a Fresno boy, a Valley boy. Raiders typically get big plays run off them after the TV timeout. Casey exploits this to the max. Why is that? $1 million guys can focus on a few hours. TV timeouts have to happen. It's a helpful guide to adjust. But they manipulate us with commercials. If you're at the game, if you go to a live game, and many of you have been there, they just waiting around most of the time, waiting for shit to happen. Or you're looking up at the screens nowadays and just, oh, cheerleader right there, and DJ setting up, and all this shit. But it's a lot of them. And that's adjustment time. In-game adjustments happen all the time. And then we get stuck with that. Every team does, though. And it benefits Kansas City. When they're in the wrong, he's good. They're good at making those adjustments. We never were. Let's see. Coaching is wait and see. Players, you got to do it, man. Listen to them. Do it. If you got good coaches and a good organization, if you guys coaches are together, they have to be just as gelling together as the players do. And they got to do it right away. Even faster. They got to get their shit together in May when these kids are coming in there and these vets come in there. And they expect these ballers to be out there doing shit, not lollygagging around, going slow. I hate when I hear people say, oh, it's only preseason. He ain't going full speed. Some people like me will say, bullshit. Bullshit. We got to condition ourselves that something's wrong. Let's take care of it. And if it's done right the next time, okay, we handled that problem. We did that with the offensive line. But players like Tyree Wilson and Trey Tucker, to me, is non-factor. We pump up Dante Thornton because he's tall and he has a catch radius that's amazing. And we thought I was scared when he was slotted number one, bro. I was scared for that because this dude ain't gonna be having no third straight corner covering him. He's gonna have elite, top-notch corners covering him. If you're starting for an NFL team, you can't be mid. You got problems just like us, like the DB room. We got a lot of players. You got a lot of teams like that. You got a lot of teams with the same problems. Night Owl saying I'm doing good things. There you go. Thank you, Night Owl. Here we go. Gravy 3 5. Did you mess up low? All filters, radios, confident. I don't know about that filter stuff. I don't even know where to look at it at. But he doesn't use the filter, bro. He got that natural glow. You know what I'm saying? You had that the light skin black dude. He got light skin guy. And he got that glow with him. He's glowing last night. He got a nice little hairstyle going. He pimping. He's out there. He getting that. You 93. You graduated high school in 93. Or you're born in 93. You're a baby. I already had kids and shit in 93. Facts. 80s and 90s were the days for sure. How junkie remember that good ass shit? That badass good music. How many babies did you make off that Key Sweat, bro? E40 said the best lyric ever. How many babies did you make off that Key Sweat? 3. 2 albums, 3. R. Kelly. I don't know how much was flowing out of me then. But that was a 12 play was dope. All that R&B was magic. You made magic. Dancing slow with your lady at spots, man, was magic. You don't see that no more. You come now. I text you and say, "Come here," that shit like that. Fuck that. You go up to a lady, present yourself, throw game. That don't happen no more. You guys ain't got no game no more. You text it. You probably got that AI. You got pimp AI over here trying to be you, and you ain't even him. You can't go with the flow. You ain't got no love boat in you. You're gonna miss it. You guys missed it. If you missed the 80s and 90s, you missed the love boat. Writing love letters to female. You remember that, bro? Ain't nothing wrong with that. Night out. I'll agree with you every time, bro. What's up? Ain't nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Then now you're a bitch if you do that. You a simp. You got game now trying to get a lady or treat her nice. You a simp. There were simps back in the days though, but those motherfuckers are different. Different. They was begging for ass. They didn't have no money. And that's what these girls like now. A bunch of people buying them shit. With dudes with no respect. Just money. You better have a lot of this. The ladies back then had a lot of this back then. A lot of this and no that. Now it's all this, no this. You talk all that shit, but no brains behind it. You sound stupid. These brothers out here sound stupid. No game. I hear you. I hear you a lot. And it ain't impressive. Here we go, Rock. AP showing up the KC camp was a slap in the face of the organization. I thought it was. But you get invited, bro, and you get pampered. They say, hey, well, probably just was around the neighborhood. And, he does seminars. He speaks. All coaches do. He got invited to the Chiefs, but I didn't like it either. Kind of felt disrespected. But he did it to himself, hiring the staff he did, losing people he did, being a sucker and not stepping up to what he told us. I lost all respect. I lost all coaching respect for him. Man, you let this happen to you, bro? What happened to all this little tough LA fucking banging shit? All this, it ain't you. It wasn't you with us. You can say there's nothing wrong with the team when there's everything right with the team right now. You can't say there's nothing wrong with the team when there's everything right with the team right now. There's a lot of stuff good for this team, Aaron. Let me explain that question you asked me if I get it right. There's things right with this team. I think we got a good quarterback. I think our offensive line is good. I think our running back situation is gonna flow. But I'm not yet ready to say we got an elite offense. When we look at our wide receivers, and we got to go get a veteran. When we thought that you can't say we're elite weapons, and label Trey Tucker as a weapon when he's never been a weapon. What did Trey Tucker do to say that he's a weapon? Brock Bowers is a weapon. Jacoby Myers is a weapon. Michael Mayer may be a weapon. The potential is there from Michael Mayer, and we expect that. JPJ is a weapon for what he does. But if you're going to say Trey Tucker is a weapon, Dante Thornton is a weapon, they have weapon qualities. They can be, but let's take it back and turn it down a little bit and say, not yet. Are you willing to say that instead of buying a number fucking 10 jersey and saying he's balling out already because he's starting? What if he lets you down, bro? I think it would be more of an asset to this team by getting Amari Cooper, paying Jacoby Myers, and having them out there and working in Besh and Trey Tucker in that offense. Because obviously Besh is kind of a non-factor the way he's getting treated with his reps. He doesn't get it yet, but he's a rookie. He's a high-pick rookie that, in a way, is letting me down because of where he got picked. Now, we picked him so high, we thought that he would get in there and get it and be a weapon on this team. But now we got to go back to an inconsistent, sometimes flashy Trey Tucker that we think balls out because he's a Raider. Ain't none of us gonna. A Besh beats out Tucker. Ain't nobody gonna say put Tucker back in there. Who's gonna say that? Tell me if you guys would say that. Tell me. I'm behind on the chat. I'm pretty sure. Preseason does not mean anything until the rest. You don't get me mad. Huh? House Junkies, if we won all three of those games decisively, you be on one right now saying, what's up? But we did it. What happened in preseason is exactly what I thought would happen. But if we went 3-0 in the preseason and won decisively, we're going to fucking ball out. Right? But we went 1-2 and got beat. We played better. We improved in those areas. The gelling was there in the offensive line. Defensively, we got problems, but you cannot say that. Do you think we're that team that we could go beep and turn it on? Might be. We might be can't do that. I didn't think you were that type guy. How junkie preseason doesn't mean anything because you have to look at these players and say that. You can't go in there and say Tyree Wilson balled out preseason. The dudes that balled out that we expected to ball out, but did. When Geno Smith had his opportunity to be out there for a while, he balled out. Genty, without them three fucked up carries in the first game, he balled out. Zamir White balled out. Brock Bowers got his catch. Expected. Expected. We got happy about this one catch that Thornton did. Oh, that's it. I told you. I told you. He's balling out. But we go get Amari Cooper. It wasn't. It could be a veteran presence there, but the play of Amari Cooper. If you're downgrading Amari Cooper's play and comparing it to Dante Thornton's, it's light years better than Dante Thornton right now with Amari Cooper. Light years. You'll see it. I'm going to keep commenting and being this excellent Raider super Billy. It's not villainizing this team, bro. It's being concerned, night out. If you're just like me, you can say it, bro. Especially on my show because I understand what you mean. You know football. You checking this team out. You realize it ain't all good right there. I'm not saying it's a lost cause, bro. I'm just bringing out the concerns. Please understand that. Please understand that. Please, I'm not happy having an unqualified O-line coach, a right guard, right tackle. Could be set for the next 8 years. Right guard and right tackle can be set. It is. And I don't got a problem with Parham playing left, bro. I don't. And Miller. Our right tackle is Glaze. So you're not happy with Miller? Miller's a decorated blindside tackle. Miller is like he has his rough spots, but he's there, bro. He does a good job. He was hurt last year. Injured primary players, you could tell he was hurt. And I like what Parham did, moving. I like it. I ain't the only one saying it. You cannot like Parham, but you got to say he excelled. He got better. And this is a perfect opportunity for him to take advantage of this offense and build himself up again. Front office needs to get the Jacoby contract figured out soon. This is bullshit. To figure out with my over my under. The spreads, yeah. You want to make some money, bro? I don't know. We're gonna make a lot of money with this team as far as betting. But I hope we do. I hope we do. The IG era makes a sustained focus on issue of modern players. Yeah. I just talked to my guys, bro. House Dougie, what's up, man? Gravy laughing. Guy, Aaron Hall, there you go. Jodeci, we're back on that one, what I was saying. Gravy was making babies to Clarence Carter. Be stroking. On break, step by y'all. What's up, Purple? You working, man, all the time. Great, man. You on Labor Day working, man. You got that time and a half, bro. Yeah, I'm not with players being on social media that much. Here we go. When I was talking about the female, these females now that can't cook, clean, or do that can't do shit. They fine, and we think that's impressive now. That's it. You take all that shit off, they ugly as fuck. Licky, I don't say it. I don't say it much. That's all you see in the streets nowadays. Nothing but hoes and prostitutes. They trying to look like that. That's a good thing. That's a good thing now. James Furbo said Rare Nation Live Raiders. No respect, gravy, white in the mix. What that mean? White, you got no respect for Zamir or me? Break over, later Raiders. Damn, that quick, bro. I'm getting down here. I'm getting down here. Rock, I thought about that too, but homie needs more money. He has a family and didn't think he was a die-hard. There go ASAP got something to say. Rarely. Gravy politically written of females with this ink feather. Mailing through the eagle as male. Ha ha. Thank you, Gravy. Salute, OJ. Salute, bro. Thank you. That's just how I feel. Didn't really help AP out. Can't put the blame on him. I blame both of them. Telesco didn't make really, really bad decisions. He didn't know that homeboy was going to be a weirdo. It ain't his fault that what's his name got hurt. It's Adam Butler's fault. The way it went about wasn't their fault. But we just say he's a dumbass because of the season we had. I get the money thing, but showing up all smiles at Kansas City. That's bullshit, man. I told you I like it. Telesco has his own agenda, not including AP. Very rarely do you get a coach and then get a GM. You would think it otherwise, that the coach is going to be running things. We were told that. We were told that AP, he was telling us it was a wise decision not to give all those picks up. Gabe wanted Jaden Daniels. But do we think that we would have had Jaden Daniels still now? But we traded all that stuff. We wouldn't have had Brock Bowers. We wouldn't have had JPJ. We wouldn't have had all these other people that we got. We probably wouldn't even got Besh. We wouldn't have got Genty. We just would have had Jaden Daniels with 1 year contracts, picking in the third round for the next 2 years. Now, how we would have felt with that? We would have had Jaden Daniels, and Jaden Daniels wouldn't have played the way he did in Washington. I guarantee you that. Who's with me? Rock, let's go Hayes the Raiders. Now, what a punk. Has zero chances of getting paid, but we had him now. He hated. I would have hated too. I don't give a shit about the Let's Go. I don't give a shit about AP or any of that staff that was with them. They're booty. There's something wrong with this team. Okay, now let you understand what you're saying. There is something wrong with this team. They're way too comfortable with our corners. I think the same way. I think the same way, Licky. You with me on that? We together on that. Hey, my boy Chris. What's up, bro? How you doing, man? What's up, my boy Chris Raiders, man? You guys got a show. It's Monday. Yo, you have a Monday, but did you have some morning? I was out and about early, man. So, folks, we get up, go check things out in the morning where it's nice and cool. I know it's hot over there where you're at. Stay cool. Get cool and stay out the way. There we go. Last time we undefeated in preseason, we shit the bed always. It doesn't mean nothing, and that's what I mean, Leaky. But you could go undefeated and still have problems. But it's the way we lost game. We tied where we won. We lost both games. There's two second games. to where our ones play longer, right? And they improved in the situations that they were in the first game. We have to notice that. We have to see that. And if we're not realizing that, because nobody said it, we look better offensive line wise. Either we're not saying it because we agree, or we have this inside feeling to where we don't want to say it. But I'm saying it. They played better. They played drastically better from the first game. From the first game to the third game, we played better. And I expect it to get better and better. Not gelling, but executing what they need to do. And executing and gelling are two different things. Look it up. It doesn't mean the same thing. Gelling and saying it takes longer is an excuse to me. And I hope you agree with that. Look at it. In a football sense, no nemesis, baby. I think y'all know what you're trying to tell me, but I don't know. And nemesis. Tell me what you really mean, Chris. Preseason is for the rookies. Quit playing the team down. Quit playing the team down, bro. We're going to be okay. I'm not saying we're losing, Aaron. Aaron, you're in that stage where everything's all right. Let's wait and see what happens. And you're probably gonna be disappointed and coming on my show and telling me, bro, that what's fucked up about this. I understand what you're saying. I do. But don't get mad at me because I'm concerned. I'm not putting my team down. I expect us to play well. I expect us to do things. But you can't be curious or concerned of what we're trotting out there defensively to cover these elite receivers. Because our cornerbacks ain't elite. And if you come at me and saying, well, every team doesn't have an elite corner, you're supposed to. You're supposed to, bro. And why didn't we go get them? It's very rare to say, Nido. Me, I feel the same way. I feel the same way. Gravy, I heard you say one thing about the team being good. You're just being negative all the time. We don't need that. Then don't watch me, Aaron. You can't go out here and say, I heard you say, what about this team being good? Where? Certain spots of this team are good. I've been saying that. You can't sit here and tell me that we don't got problems in the secondary or linebackers or mid. You can't say that, bro. You in the fan hood right now. You got your goggles on. I understand that. I'm good with you with that. I'm not being negative. I'm being real. If you can't take it, come back later. When everything's all good, bro, come back later. Because if everybody's saying our secondary is dope, man, we're going to ball out. We're going to be doing shit right now. If anybody's saying that to you, then go feel good with them, bro. I'm not negative. I'm pointing out concerns that I have on my show. Get your show and be positive all the time. And I'll be in that chat saying, bro, don't you have concern for this? I ain't gonna disrespect you. You're not disrespecting me right here. You're what you're saying is valid, bro. I understand that. You know how many people get on my lives that I have, and then they tell me I'm being negative. To them, I am. To them, I am, and I understand that. I'm not doing this just to do it, bro. I'm not doing this so people can not watch me or watch me, but to hear what kind of bullshit is Gravy saying. It's facts. People in the industry, media, big people are saying we got the 32nd best DB room. What are you gonna say for that? What's up, man? My boy Chris dedicated 5 Raider Nation live memberships. Get on that, man. We do have members. I don't know what it is, but how you do that. I'm a member of several shows, but I just get it. I just buy them. There are things about this team that are good, but it ain't all good, bro. It ain't. And all 30 of you that are watching me, tell me the things that you have concerns with, or everything is good. What is good on our team that I haven't mentioned yet? And not one of you are going to be over here and say that DB room or that linebacker room is good. And even our safeties. Why are we wanting to go get Peppers? Why are we seeing IGs that we want another safety? You think Peppers is a fucking backup? Peppers is gonna fuck around and start for this team. Any corner that has any resume of picks and press coverage and covering somebody is gonna start for this fucking team that comes in. Am I lying? You guys think I'm just fucking with you, playing with you, just saying this because I want to piss you off? I don't have time for that. I don't. My girl Myra, man, thanks for being here, girl. She's a member of our show, man. I took one of them memberships. Real men go deep and teach for their inner. I brought up the subject, Myra, that I would have extensively talked with you. My wife told me you were falling asleep. I felt bad for you. She told me it made that poor girl sit there and go to sleep. I'm sorry. What'd you do? Just barely get up right now? I kept you up that late? I'm sorry. I'm sorry for keeping you up. I hope you had a good time with me there. I know you're having a great time with Lo, but I'm sorry I messed it up. Myra went deep with that one. Yeah, it's got something. I feel bad. I feel bad. Myra again. Jill Max next. Money Chuck back in the house. All right, I'll get to you right now, Money Chuck. Let's see what Myra said. Kev, that drinking Kush was the only way I survived last night. Yeah, she asked me questions. Myra was the one talking. I guess Myra was asking me questions, didn't want to hear what I was going to say because she thought I was going to say something crazy. But she knows that's me. You guys know that's me. I just don't like sensitive people that thinking that I'm out here being negative and out for this team saying I'm negative. Yes, I'm going to say what's good about this team. But what's highlighted and things to talk about is our DB room. And I'm not the only one talking about it. Geo Max and Mark Davis had played it right. We could have had Dan Quinn, Kingsbury, and would have been okay with Justin Fields throwing to Bowers and Myers. That's a scenario that I looked at, bro. But Dan Quinn was in that's a perfect situation. Number one, number two pick. If we won those last two games, we would have been in position to get Jerry Daniels. We won those two games. We would have been in position the year before that. But even last year, when AP was gone, we were the number one pick in the draft. Who we would have got? We wouldn't have got Aston Genty number one. We would have got that defensive lineman. We would have got Cam Miller. What would we got? But those last two games we won, we were in the number one spot. We remember that, right? That we would have did what everybody wanted to do. I would have traded back and got more picks and got better. Besides Genty, I was pushing for Will Johnson. We had a corner right there, but he wasn't big enough. He's not big enough for our boy right here. I agree with you, Gilman. Gravy, Muddy Chuck, thank you for being here, brother. Success of this season mainly rests on the shoulders of Genty and the old line and Chip Kelly. How much confidence do you have in the running game and our team putting up points? My confidence in what I seen, Aston Genty could do a lot of shit by himself, Money Chuck. He could do a lot of things by himself, but we seen it firsthand that he needs these guys more in the beginning stages than Aston Genty could do himself. If you understand what I mean. You know, he's not a Saquon Barkley when he was with the Giants and he was everything. You know, he's not that yet. But if you put good guys in front of him, my confidence that put it all in a nutshell and answer your question, I feel positively that we're in the right direction of having a good running game. We're going to be better than, way better than we were last year because our running game was non-existent. Non-existent. And a lot of these guys are the same people. But you mentioned Chip Kelly, and that matters. The emphasis that Chip Kelly puts on his offensive linemen and moves them and designs protections is greatly advanced more than what we had last year. Even with the Turners. And I greatly respect Norv Turner and the way he runs the football. Greatly. Great respect for Norv Turner and the way he runs the football. But it's different with Chip Kelly. Very confident in our running game this year. Will it pan out? You don't know, say. But I'm confident. Going back to you, how confident are you confident in this running game? Tell me back, Money Chuck. What do you think? What do you think about my response to? Out, Jack Ken. Here we go. You go cap on me now. Stoke jersey on his way to gravy as we speak. You give me a number 22 with nothing in the back, I'll put gravy on it. It'd be cool. Just do that. Send it to me. I don't get gifts. House Junkie comes out. Myra G had to be on something to continue asking all the questions of gravy. Trips Barry White. I love Barry White. You can't go any old school Rolodex in your iPad or phone or anything like that. Apple Music and all that shit without Barry White saying, hey, baby. He bust that out and women got wet. We said that back in the day. You wet. You remember that? All them old schoolers, you remember that? She got wet. Myra does. What's good, Gravy? My boy 805 in the house. Go watch my boy, man. Great insight, great analysis of the game. Coached football for many years, just as long as I have. He gets down to earth, really, with it. I have my way of talking about football, but he has his to the next level. He takes it to the next level. Very, very educated about the game. You know, we feel the same way. We basically say a lot of different things, same thing, but different ways. Watch my boy 805, man. Much respect to him and his crew, man. My boy Chris is severe, very knowledgeable about football. Go check that show. Reason why they're one of the top shows out here for the Raider Nation. Them three guys, though. Those three guys are dope. Deserves all the love and all the success that they're doing right now. Uh-oh. Who is that? Who? What water? What I do? Here we go. We got a couple more people. I got to thank you, Chris, for all the stuff. Helmets are good. What do you mean? Jason Downs, what's up? Gravy, go eat your peanut butter and jelly sandwich and smoke cigar. Thank you, brother. I will. I like PB and J, man. No, I was high as fuck. Rob said, GP on GP. All right. All right, Myra. I see you. There we go. My boy 805. Fans need the truth sometimes. Not what's popular in the mainstream to give viewers. I don't do that. Do it. I always beg 805. I always beg this much people watching me. But if you want the real, I would love. You know how easy it would be, and 805 knows this. You know how easy it would be to say everything I'll go. What can I be a content creator for Philly or Kansas City? I'm sure they got their problems too, and I can imagine the shit they get for winning teams if we bring out something bad. Damn, baby, what are you bitching about? I would feel bad if I was on one of them good teams and saying, you know what, our corner room, that one dude is bad. You know, I would. It would be so easy if our team was winning 14, 13 games to do a show. It probably would be silent. And we'll be talking all good about our team and what we're doing right and this and that, this coach and this guy's blossoming and this guy's developing and all this. It would be great to talk like that. But you know what? As a Raider content creator, we will be lying to you. We would be lying to you. It ain't all good out there. And that's exactly what my boy 805 was saying. It's hard. It's hard saying this, folks. But you're probably wondering, why say it then? Why say it? Because I'm concerned about it. Because I'm concerned. And I'm on the show. I have my guys. They argue with me. There we go, Myra again. Can't wait to see how many points we can put up against Denver's defense. Gravy said with his chest, he's not afraid of Denver. I ain't. And I think Chip Kelly ain't either. I said that yesterday. But we have to acknowledge that, Myra. And I do that. When I see good football, I'm gonna tell you, Myra, you know that. Everybody knows that. When I see good football, even though it's the division team, I'm gonna tell you that that's fucking good shit. And they have a very, very good defense. But I also mentioned too that they're good in the back end. They don't have the problems that we do in the backfield of their defense. Their DBs and their safeties are elite. Now, are we gonna have problems for that? We're gonna pound the ball against them linebackers and their defensive linemen. Can offensive linemen get that push against them? But throwing the ball might be difficult. But I don't know what the mind, the big brain of Chip Kelly is whipping up for these dudes. I can't wait to see it. Can't wait. Now I can't get to what Chip Kelly's gonna do or what he's doing or anything like that because we haven't seen it yet. All I could go by is what he does and what he's been doing. He might come up with some whole new shit. He has athletes out there. He has some weapons out there. So we say, Max. Here we go. Money chugs. I'm confident and agree. Yeah, yeah, you agree with that running game. Yeah, I'm glad you agree, Money Chug. House Junkie said getting wet. You remember that, bro? We got to remember Gravy as a coach. He's going to be a critical like one. This is the reason why I watch and respect you, Coach Gravy. Thank you, Money Chuck. Salute to you, bro. Thank you for all them kind words, bro. I don't think I know everything, okay? But I do know football and how it. I'm not an NFL coach, but football hasn't changed in a long time, bro. And it's always been the same. Schemes do, players do, but football doesn't. The fundamentals of football hasn't changed in a long time. And being good, you notice it. And being good for a long time, being bad for a long time, you notice it. So that's what I'm concerned about. The guys we have out there in the secondary, habitual, not good. And I understand pumping them up and saying you don't know. I don't know. But I'm going to talk about what they did. And what I expect from them is to play good. But I'm not confident throwing those guys out there. Defending. Are you guys looking at who we got to defend? It's a problem. Oh, we got Chris talking about the Barry White gravy, Barry White, Marvin Gaye, Luther Vandross, and Baby making music. That's beyond Baby making music. You get married to them jams too. Teddy Pendergrass, the man. Big Fat Luther was the man. I like Big Fat Luther more than I do Skinny Luther. Marvin G, Gravy takes hit different, raw and uncut. That's why he's a big my boy. All right. Thank you for them kind words. The most bitching he heard was 2000. What was wrong with our team then? I can't go back that far. I've been bitching for so long, bro. Jack Ketta, what's up, my dude? Good to see you in here. Thank you for being here with me, man. Gravy, I know you're concerned about the Raiders maybe shit in the bed all the time. Maybe one year we won't shit the bed. I'm not saying we're going to shit the bed. I don't want to shit the bed. I want to win, bro. That's why I don't take no more excuses, Aaron. I don't take no more excuses about, hey, preseason. It takes 3, 4 games to gel. Get it right the first time. That's been our problem, folks. That's been our problem. We're too patient. Good teams aren't patient. Good teams don't say, hey, we got to wait a little bit, let this gel 9 games, 5 games into the season. What if we're 1-4? Yeah, we can win 7, 8, 9 straight and then start gelling, but why not do that in the beginning? Isn't it more logical to get busy game one and show? And that you're talked about? I want to get talked about. We balled out and kicked ass against New England right off the bat. And Gravy will be different saying, hey, we kicked ass. I ain't got nothing to say bad. We rocked them. We won. How long has it been since we had that feeling? I felt that way when we beat Baltimore. And we beat Baltimore with Gardner Minshew. Now we got better. And we were so confident in that game against Baltimore. We went to Baltimore, and I don't give a fuck if it was the second game of the season. We beat Baltimore, right? And we come back home after that great win and get demolished by Carolina. What happened? That was last year. Who gives a fuck? Oh, what's up to my boy Chewy, man? Good to see you, man. Good to see you guys. My boy Chewy from Fresno, what's up? Hey, Chewy, salute. The truth, the truth will set you free, but I feel real good. Then Gravy Three Pies directs us towards the Raiders. Three Pie Nation, bro. Is that we gonna say that? Reaching your three pies and pull out the Raiderism. Here we go, my boy Chewy got a little thing to say. Everybody on YouTube sugarcoating shit. Let's be honest and keep it a bean. That's what I do, bro. That's what I do. I try to, Chewy. I try to keep it a bean, but it's hard. It's hard when you real people contradict what you say. I understand. I fully understand that. East Side story. You an East Side boy. Fat Luther was on game. Yep. 805 knows about that. Oh, he more Sam Cooke. I dig Sam Cooke. A little bit older than, but we were. That was old school for us. That was old school for us. Now Luther and all that is old school for us. But that was a great. If you went to concerts and they had a full blown up band outside. They had a full blown out R&B band at football games. I'll tell you that. Our problem when we never draft quarterbacks in the first round, we never give any rookies time to develop. I think we are now. The reason why we don't give time to develop is because we're doing this shit now. Put them in as starters right now, Chewy. If you agree with that, I never said Dante Thornton should be a starter or Best should be a starter. I just said I'm not saying that you said that either. All I said was that we ought to get some production, major production from Best because he's a second round pick. And there is some development in Dante. That's why he was picked where he was. But we look at the size of this dude and we looked at the radius of this guy and how fast he is, we think he's going to dominate the league. He can. Shut me up. But I'm going to tell you what his flaws are before you start making this guy comparing him to Megatron and Randy Moss. Because I heard that, and that's outrageous. That's crazy. You guys on dope. You smoking crack. Test tube baby. Thinking like that. You crazy. He ain't none of that. Oh, and 70, I ride or die for the Raiders. I feel the same way, Chewy, but I got to talk about it, bro. Like I said, what type of content creator? If I said everything is all good, unless it was. If it was all good, 17 and 0, I wouldn't be saying shit, bro. I'll be happy than a motherfucker walking around high stepping, not even touching the ground. Wearing my Raiders shit. If we beat Baltimore with Booger, we can beat New England with Geno and Genty. Two different styles. We have a really, really good chance of going over there and beating this team. Really, really good chance. I'm confident we can. And another better than a quick dose of STFU against the Pap. Yeah, shut the fuck up. Jack Kenner. It sucks week one to see Spillane. Get over it, Jack. Get over it, bro. Fuck Spillane now. Good dude, was an asset to our team. Thought we should have kept him, paid him. We deserved it, but we went another way. I didn't think we made up for it. You know that. I've said that to you many a time. I know you. I know you dig them. Aaron, man, thanks for still sticking around, bro. I know we're having a little cool debate. Much love to you, though, bro. I would like to see the Super Bowl win before I kick the boot on a couple 4 weeks. I'll be 37 September 26th. Happy soon to be birthday, bro. If I remember that your birthday, I remember shit like that, bro. Birthday. So why I surprise you and say happy birthday, Aaron? Don't be surprised, bro. Maybe you'll give me some love. But stick around, man. I'm more Mac Dre, Andre Nicotina, Brother Lynch Hun kind of guy. You knew. I know how young you is, bro. Yeah, well, young Hun. Heavy on rotation. I don't think people know who that is, Kev. They smoking that meth gravy. Worse than that, that's that KJ shit. That's that PSP shit, bro. PCP. Oh, that is meth. Ernest, what's up, man? Thank you for being here with me. Comparisons are idiotic messes. And how many Radio Nation is as internationally, universally known for that? Universally known for that. The disrespect for Christian McCaffrey for saying Luby was compared to him. And I hope we stop doing that. I don't do that. That's just outrageous shit. If you could say that and be sincere about it on a show and things like that, well, he wears 23, so no, he's not. Not even. We know now he's not even close. He's barely making fucking teams, bro. Gravy and the Nation. Any score predictions? I did a score prediction for yesterday. I don't remember what it was. I don't know if I said we were gonna win the game or lose the game. But my final predicament with the schedule prediction with the schedule was crazy last night. But it just shows that I'm pumped up for football. I just came off a real big fantasy draft, and I was hyped for football. Raiders, there's a bunch of Raider guys there. It's like a Raider fantasy. It was so dope. I should have took pictures of it, showed everybody. But it's just weird feeling that I have right now. I love football. I'm loving the Raiders right now. You know, and I can always go back to what's wrong with the Raiders, but to be honest with you, I'm just going to have a score prediction, and I'm going to say it's going to be 24-10. But I'm not saying who's winning because I don't know. But I think it's going to be like that. One team's going to get the upper hand, do what they do best, and dominate. And it could be either team. This DB effect could come into fruition that game. And that mind of McDaniels can manipulate that, focus on it, and shred it up. Or we can run the football, take time off the clock, pound it, run it, get 3 touchdowns, running the football, a field goal, and we could get it. And our defense can suck it up and stop them. Or vice versa. I think the strategies are the same with both teams. If you guys get that. Hope that answers your question. I'm going 28 Raiders, 21 New England. All right, Jack. You got a pretty close game, touchdown game. There we go. No love for that puto Aaron. Watch your mouth, fool. Oh, he getting. How you guys getting at it? Getting heavy in there, huh? LOL gravy is raw and uncut. I fuck with it. Yeah. What about coconut imp? I don't know who that is, Eddie. What you got Genty rushing for week one? I hope it's over 80 yards, bro. I'm expecting 100. I want him to run more than 20 times, bro. It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be his first game. You're gonna get banged up. I want to see the reaction of that. How could he? How could he? And then the next game, I expect more. A lot of expectations for S and Genty from me. And it's gonna take time for me to grasp that. Chewy. In other words, guys, we're losing. And y'all, do you think Chewy, you ain't confident? 1913, ready to win. There we go. They're even trying to go on Cap Jack show to bring more ratings for the AFC West battle. I love Captain Jack, my boy. We need Gravy to be a co-host for Captain Jack show. Celebrity shop for Gravy. Captain Jack is a great. He was a great. Oh, that dude. All right. Captain Jack's a great content creator, great super fan, great dude. He's crazy as fuck. Always good to see Captain Jack. Cool Kev, 75 rushing yards, 2 touchdowns, 60 receiving yards. That's good. 135 for him. I got Genty over 100 first game. Hope so. I'm so excited to see the first round pick run the rock for sure. Yep. I think the same way, bro. They got to get him going. Just that confidence, and that offensive line got to make him confident. A running back makes that off. They feed off each other, bro. They feed off each other, and I can't wait to see it. But hey, we're going on 3 hours. I want to thank everybody for being here. Shout out to the almost 40 we had in here, taking my shit again. Bless everybody. I hope you have a wonderful rest of the Labor Day this evening. Have a great dinner. Have a great sleep. Back to business as usual come Tuesday. Everybody, peace out. Go Raiders.